Yep, it says I'm live. Good morning, Gabby. Setting up my stuff, getting ready for. Well, it look like people is up early this morning, and that's what's up. I'm happy to see that. Give me one good second, y'all, and I'll be right on in here. It's a breezy 64. We should be getting up to about 65 degrees today. I'm getting everything adjusted. And if you read the title, yeah, I've been angry all weekend. The past couple of days, I have not been myself, but here we are. Things happen, and hopefully I can make it through this without looking crazy. Let me check this chat real quick. And I hope, is my mic on? Oh, Lord. Let me check and see if I can be. Hey, y'all, I'm glad y'all scrolling in. Oh, it won't let me scroll back. I see some people up in here. Hold on, let me try. Growing what I eat. Good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Thank you for scrolling through. The Nichols 13. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Good morning, Mr. Bammy, without the butler. Good to see you up and at 'em early. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Miss Bessie Luce. Hi, everybody, and many grand blessings, everybody, everywhere, and always. Well, thank you kindly, Miss Bessie Luce. That is greatly appreciated. Scrolling in the chat, everybody is speaking this morning. And I am very discombobulated as to what is going on out here. Scrolling in the chat. Will you remind me to ask everybody about raising chickens? Okay, Miss Bessie Luce. Scrolling in the chat, thank you kindly, Mike, Chaotic Gardening. Where you are, that's so cold. Yes, it is. We've been in the 90s, and now we've plunged all the way down into the 60s and the 70s. Yeah, this weather is being tricky. Not to mention, okay, so, apparently I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with Nightbot, because I don't know what I'm doing. So somebody might have to show me how to hook him up, because he ain't acting right. Mike say, so what happened? Yeah, I'm getting to it, Mike. I'm trying not to. Maybe if I turn around, because it'll be better. So what had happened was, I cannot. Hold on, I gotta get because I'm draining a little bit. Just thinking about this mess. I cannot eat anything out of my garden. Nothing. And I'm going to show you why. It's pretty disturbing, and maybe it's just me, but I'm feeling some type of way. And I've been feeling some type of way ever since it happened this weekend. What happened was, we'll start down here at the bottom. Maintenance on the neighbor's side was painting. They did not cover the area, and I caught the spray on everything. And when I say everything, they came over and wiped some stuff down. They wiped down my Easy Cube, kinda, sorta. I still see paint splashes underneath there. I can't eat any of my cabbage, my beans. So yeah, I am devastated at this point because I was waiting to harvest my beans all these months. My, what is that? I hope y'all can see it. Rosemary. What can I do with these leaves? Matter of fact, let me top this. What can I do with these leaves? And they kept saying, well, it'll wash off. It's latex. Guess what I'm allergic to? Latex paint. It's in my medical records. And they just did not, I mean, they were over here apologizing and wiping. And I'm like, you can stop wiping because those chemicals are making me sick. I cannot do chemicals because of how many chemicals I was exposed to in the military. So I stay away from chemicals, period, point blank. I don't even use bleach. This is my spearmint. And then he had the nerve to try to wipe the leaves. Like, bro, I am not. My soil is contaminated. We can bring the hoses and hose it down. No, you cannot, because I don't use that type of water on my plants. And I'm sorry about your luck, but that's not happening. Look at how everything, and plants are nothing. Yeah, this is my cucumber. I'm just so out of here right now. Like, everything that I use for leaves, everything. Yeah, you see it? And I'm disgusted. And I don't care who don't like it, but this is how I eat. I can't eat none of this. My bunny is an herbivore. He eats leaves as well as I do. This is my fig. We are up on the porch now, away from the blast area, allegedly. It's a spray. They were spraying. Matter of fact, let's go in a little deeper. Because it's redonkulous. This is my melon plant. My apple tree way over here in the corner. Yeah, so I can't eat none of my greens, none of my cabbages. And they talking about it'll wash off with the rain. Well, it's been raining, and guess what ain't washing? I almost said something. But guess what ain't washing off of my plants? Yeah, so I'm about to pull these squash anyway because I done got a couple and I need to plant something that I can eat real quick, like some lettuce and some more greens, and hopefully things like this that hasn't gotten too big. My okra will grow out of it and I can still big, but latex, I don't even know how to explain it, but I'm allergic to this stuff. And luckily I harvested my bee balm here because, yeah, look at it. And I was just priding myself on how I was keeping it clean so I can harvest it for the leaves. No mildew, no nothing. And yeah. Okay, enough about that. Let me go into the chat on the brighter. Anyway, there is no bright note because I'm still ticked off, and I'm going to be ticked off for a long time. These are my hibiscuses finally going to flower that I have cross pollinated with each other. And this appears to be the only red one, so I'm happy about this one in particularly. Let me scroll in the chat real quick. Scrolling in the chat. So what happened? I seen that. Okay, I gotta get that together because I don't like it. It's at 5 a.m. in Cali. Precious sunshine. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Going back to sleep. I totally understand. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Crooked Peach. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Everybody is speaking. Everybody is speaking. So yeah. Excuse me. This is what I'm dealing with. I've been starting more seeds. These are broccoli and cabbages, and I put some alyssum flowers in the middle, hoping that they'll turn out. So I won't be eating anything from out here this summer. Maybe a couple of things that I'm just now starting to plant. I mean, even my yard decorations. And now we are up here on the porch. My green stalk. And people take pride in their stuff, but apparently they don't care. My trellises are all looking like this, speckled and spotted. Anywho, this is gonna be my last time with this, so that's why I decided to go live. Tap, 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 and the emojis on the reactions tab. Yes, let the other comrades know something is growing on in here. This is so unacceptable. Yes, it is. Because I can't even believe what happened. And I was watching the guys over there painting, but they were using rollers at the time that I was watching them paint. Apparently, they brought the sprayers out once I was done and went back in. But they ruined everything. I can't use, and I had planned on using my passion flower leaves for tea. I can't, nothing. Just awful. Brand new solar stakes. These are brand new. Only a couple days old. And they covered with paint. And they call themselves wiping my stuff off and wiping off the paint and everything. Like, bro. And then the junk they was using was making me nauseous. I couldn't even stay out here. Like, what kind of crap is y'all using? For real. But, yeah. And I will be moving from this spot because this is not their first time doing something to my garden. It is not. So you ain't gotta do something to me more than once, maybe twice, and this is their third time. So yeah, I will be finding me a new spot because that don't make no sense. And how is it just the neighbors that are, and it's not even the neighbors per se, it's the owners that keep repairing or working on the apartment next door. And they always come over here and stand on this stoop to do something over there. Or I'm just fed up. So yeah, I will be putting in my notice and I will be leaving here. So I don't even know why I'm starting stuff over. And I don't even know how to, I'm just thrown by the whole situation. And I have been thrown by the whole situation because my tea plants, like, what the world? And I planned on harvesting a lot of spearmint, a lot of rosemary, and I have been. I got about 2 or 3 harvests out of these plants already, but not anymore. I will be ceasing and halting because they just don't understand the level that my mind works on, especially with something like this. Even if this paint did wash away, it's washing into my soil and it's contaminating my soil. Like, what the heck? Lead paint. I don't know what kind of paint they was using, even though he said it was latex. How the heck do he know what's in that paint? Alright, y'all, let me scroll in the chat. Scroll in the chat. Hi, what is your name? Mike, who is you talking to? Uh-oh. Garden with Lady Cheryl. Good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. I'm headed out to the garden of water, but we'll be listening. I'm sorry this happened. Yes, Lady Cheryl. I'm sorry, I couldn't believe it either. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody is speaking. Soyini McCarno, thank you for scrolling through. They do owe me food, Mike. They owe me food for 3 months in and 3 months out because I ain't got that much time to grow. Like, how can I continue to grow? It's going to take me 3 more months to grow. And I only got until the end of October, and my frost date will be here. So what can I do? Out here, this is my supplemental, as they say, my backup for my me and Oreo. I can't even have no greens for the doggone wintertime now. I'm gonna have to replant everything. My cabbages is done. I can't do no more squash. I don't know about the melons. They might make it because they haven't begun to do well. My cucumbers are doing something, but I think they was kind of covered up. Yeah, but still. And they was like, what can we do? What can you do? Look at my trellises. What you ain't finna do is take my stuff down, and you ain't finna put them chemicals all over my plants. That ain't what you finna do. And you ain't finna hose it down with that power washer that y'all been over there washing with, because that ain't what's finna happen. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. This is terrible. It is, Lady Cheryl. It is awful, and I'm just sick about it. But I'm going to continue to grow. That's why I went on and came live, because as they say, the devil is a liar. I've been doing this now, going live every morning. Well, I'm lying. I don't go live every morning. I go live on Wednesday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in my weedy pop-up, turning on my camera while I work in my garden and showing y'all what I got growing on. I see 21 watching and 14 thumbs up. If you have not clicked that thumbs up or down to let YouTube know how you feel, please do. It helps support the channel. Thank you kindly. And I'm just a little discombobulated. I'm all over everywhere. I have no particular thing that I am doing this morning. I have brought out some fertilizers and things because I do need to fertilize. It rained last night a little bit. Well, not last night, but yesterday. And I managed to get a whole bucket over here full of water. So I'll be using this as well. And I did not get any germination over here. And it's been all week. This is the pot that I planted last week with y'all. And it had, look at the seed floated to the top. That's the pumpkin seed. Let me push him on in there. But yeah, I don't have any germination yet. These are, I'm a matter of fact, I might even put some more seeds in here. The baby boo pumpkin, and what else I had in here? Black eyed peas, and I can't remember what else, but I didn't plant the herb because I left the basil in here. But anywho, I might drop some more seeds in here because after a week, they should have been up by now in a couple of days. So I'm going to do that. And my corn is growing crazy up here. This is the biggest corn, and I can't remember which one it is because I usually grow short corn, baby corn, and I can't remember what corn I planted over here, but it's turning out to be pretty large. I'm lucky I harvested my pineapple sage all the way back. Oreo can't eat no more of these strawberry leaves, and neither can I save any of that because I use my strawberry leaves for tea and everything. This is why I have or had so many strawberry leaves, because I harvest my strawberry leaves along with my herbs for my tea. So, hold on, I'll be back to check in this chat in one quick second. Scrolling in the chat, they all you. That's true. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Pretty Girl Garden, thank you for scrolling through. Good morning. Wait, did I speak? Am I missing something? I don't know. I'm still thrown off, y'all. Please forgive me. I'll catch up in a minute. I have been. Yes, I did they at least warn you? No, they did not. And then what make it so bad, I have a tarp myself. And the guy kept complaining about how bad of a job, but he kept saying it was his son's fault. I'm like, how you gonna blame that boy for something that he wasn't properly trained for? That is your fault, sir. Not his fault. Why you talking about he didn't do it right and he was that's just like saying you gave your son a spray can and told him to come out here and spray up some stuff. Unsupervised. Is that what you saying? That's what it sounded like he was saying. Kept blaming that boy for that. Scoring stuff is ridiculous and they do owe you. Yes. And then because they got tired of wiping down my yard decorations, he was like, I can buy you some more. I've seen these on Amazon and they whoop-de-wop. I say, okay, yeah, you can do that, but what you're not going to do is buy me the same thing. I have an Amazon wish list, so you can pick anything you want off of that wish list. Now, how come, hear me now, how come Amazon wish list is exactly that? It's a list for you to wish for things that you want, or at least in my mind, this is how it works. A wish list. I wish that I could get this, but I can't. So can you help me out? That's what that wish list is for. To make a long story short, he had the nerve to tell me my hummingbird houses were too high. They cost too much. Like, bro, if I wanted a $9 hummingbird house, to which, yeah, I seen them $9 hummingbird houses, that's what I would have put on my list. But that ain't what I want. There's a difference. There is a difference. I'm just saying, bro, chill out. This is my list and this is what I want. Therefore, you ain't got to participate. How about that? And he didn't. What he wound up doing was sending me a couple dollars, like 36 of them, for another bird thingamabobber because I complained about my bird feeder and my yard decor. And that's about the only thing. Because, what? Look at it. Yeah, even my chimes up there that are going off, they look a speckly grayish something or another. I'm just disgusted about the whole situation, especially my greens, because I can't eat them. Even the bugs done stopped eating them. They was eating them down there. Uh-oh. Don't nobody want this mess. So I'm finna pull my squash out and put in some greens and some lettuces. I'm not gonna do no more cabbages because they take too long. We was actually eating this cabbage one leaf at a time, me and Oreo, because these leaves got big enough that we could share them. Yes, indeed. So it's a wrap for those. Let me scroll in the chat again. Scrolling in the chat. Oh, wow, I understand that latex allergy. It is no joke. And I'm still, it's mind-boggling because nobody will understand something. That's just like saying you sorry for somebody that broke their arm. You can't feel that pain unless it happened to you. I'm just saying in general how disturbing this whole situation And he kept saying, what can I do? What can I do? The damage is done. What can you do? This is months and months, not 2 days. This does not come up in 2 or 3 days, nor does it come up in a week. I wait months to harvest my food. Man, that's wild. It is. Easy cheesy. Yes, I do have proof, Mike. This is careless. They had the nerve to say, it's not intentional. It's not the point that if it was intentional or not. It's the point that I cannot do what I'm been doing. But the way my mind is working is I can save some of my stuff, to which that's what I'm out here to do, particularly my sanity by planting some lettuce and some greens and something I know I can eat in about 60 days. So yeah, and I'm going to remove all of the squash plants, and that's what's going to take the place of pretty much all these squash plants out here, because I can't wait for those any longer. I've been eating a couple here and there, one or two, and they're just growing too slow. So yeah, I need fast turnaround food. Make them, I plan on every intention, because I just gotta get out of this spot first, because I actually don't feel safe by saying what I want to do. Because I promise the Lord knew what he was doing when he made me a woman. That's exactly what I'm going to say about that situation. So that's how angry I am. And I continue to be. It is everywhere, Mike. It's on everything. It's on my green stalks. It's on my Easy Cube. It's on my planters. It's on my fabric pots. Like, it's paint and it sticks. And they are trying to tell me it'll wash off with the rain. And man, but it's in my soil. It's called leaching. Not to mention you actually hit the soil, because all of my soil was not covered up, unfortunately, because I usually cover up all of my soil, to which I probably could have scraped it off if I had done that. But who would think that something would come through like that and decimate? Yeah, I don't know. I need to calm myself, so let me put this down right quick. Maybe, because now I don't want to open up. Oh, there we go. And time is a ticking. I've been talking about this for too long. That should have been over and done with. Oh, let me scroll in the chat while I'm getting set up. Good morning, everybody is speaking. Oh, I ain't got that, so we gonna have to come back through here. So I will be back here again for Nightbot. Yeah, because that ain't right, bro. Sorry for this. I appreciate y'all concern. I really do. And I just thought that I would bring this here one good time, because I'm not the type of person to post about every little thing, and every time something happens I run and post about this. So yeah, I will be posting about this again, just so I can have one more documentation for it. But I'm not gonna keep on, because it's hurting me more to talk about it, and every time I talk about it, it make me feel some kind of way. Not only that I have to work out here in it, but I gotta do what I gotta do to continue to grow my food. And that's crazy, because I had just was cleaning out my hydroponics and was like, yeah, I ain't gotta worry about this for a while, for a couple of months, and made me out of lie. So what I won't be doing is tearing down my hydroponic unit during the summertime again, because all I do is deep clean it and lessen the amount of things that I grow, because I grow more greens outside, and mainly that's what I'm using my hydroponics for. But 24/7 it will be running from now on, 365. Know that, because this is redonkulous. I was already mad I couldn't find no collard greens in the store. Scrolling in the chat. No reason to lazy paint. You was right, Mike. And when he went to blaming his son, I'm like, this dirty son of a... If you blaming this boy for this little bit, I can imagine. I can just imagine. And that's sad, man. Take responsibility for something that you have done, because you wasn't professional. Exterior paint. You're right, Mr. Bammy. It does not. And that's what I'm looking at. And it's wiping up, but who wants this all over their food? I don't. And I'm not sitting up here. My purpose in gardening naturally is so that I don't have to worry about the pesticides and the chemicals and all that other crap that's floating around. Yeah, that's smart, Miss Betsy Lou. Don't be touching it. And I've been trying, but I can't help it. They have to give you some duckies. Oh, we gonna check that out, because I will be going to the VA. Yes, I will. I just haven't done it because I've been trying to calm down and my nerves is everywhere, and yeah, they done triggered all kind of depression and PTSD, and I got all the D's, bro, and you just done damaged them. Damn it. I'm still bad. Scrolling in the chat, I gotta get him together because he getting on my nerves. No, especially some kind of company. Yes, Miss J.K. Gardner, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Scrolling in the chat. I'm not allergic to it. I would not. Yes, Mike, I'm so allergic to latex. I'm one of those ones. When you come into, if I'm sick in the hospital, they have those signs up, do not bring balloons. Yeah, that's how allergic to latex I am. I can't blow no one. I learned that from when I had a party with my first youngest, and I was blowing lungs. My whole face swole up around my lips. I was looking like a monster, like, what the world? Oh my God, what is it? And it was the powder from the latex that was on the balloons that had tore me up. I mean, all around my mouth and my nose, and my skin was peeling. It was a horrible mess. But you learn, and yeah, never done that again. Then had that test when I went to the hospital, and sure enough, no latex for me. Cannot be done, or should not be done. Yeah, they did, not just plants. And I'm not even concerned about my equipment. I'm more about my food. Like, this is how I eat, damn it. Or how I have been eating. I ripped out my tomatoes so fast. I was so mad because I pulled off a tomato. It happened early in the morning when I noticed it. And I was rubbing on the tomato because it had a little white film on the top. I said, that's what that. And then it was speckly. I said, oh no, what is that? And I scrubbed it with my nail. It did not come off. I said, what is that? And I looked down at my leaves and it was everywhere. I was horrified, like, oh my God, what is this white stuff? And I'm looking at everything, and as I'm looking around, everything is covered in white. Matter of fact, I was standing over there when I found it, and I looked at my hummingbird feeder, and that's when I instantly said, oh my God, it's paint. And I looked over here, and yeah, there's the evidence right there, all over the ground. Like, what were you protecting over here And why didn't you have a tarp that didn't collect the spray as you were spraying? A tarp, a cardboard, or something, because it looks like a rug or something was laying down there. And what you protecting down here, bro? I don't know, but that's crazy. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. They owe you, yes, Mike. That's why the first thing, like I said, I'm going to move first because I don't feel safe here. And should I do something like that, I don't want to be responsible for any retaliation because that's exactly what would occur because I know the hood from being in the hood for so long. They would be doing little junk and I would be not able to do anything. Therefore, yeah, I don't care if I just gave up my whole situation, but that's what's gonna happen, bro. I'm leaving this place before I do anything, and I don't care what they can be nice all they want to. I'm out of here. Know that. Y'all, please forgive me. I'm gonna have to get Nightbot together, and like I said, I will be back later on this afternoon. So I will be going live again so I can get Nightbot together. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Everybody is speaking. Good morning, new soil. Yes, Mike, that is the crazy part. My soil, like I know paint leaches. And if it's washing off of soil, my soil is contaminated. Like, how am I going to continue to grow? My mindset knowing that paint has leached into my soil because of the type of growing that I do is just disturbing to me. Like, Good morning, Nisi. Mr. Bowtie Life, good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. Digging in the dirt with Tamiko D. Good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. Joshua Gabriel, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time, y'all. I'm just complaining, and I got to get some work done. Yes, I know. Miss Sherner Bubbles and things. Good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Let me catch up, y'all. Being sassy. Yes, Mr. Bowtie. I am so right now, and I'm not even, I got over being angry. Should I say, the military taught me how to manage my anger. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Many blessings. Thank you so much. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Yes, I know the actual these are apartments over here. So I know the actual owner of it. Yeah, I've been in contact with him and let him know that I'm pissed off to the highest state of festivity. Matter of fact, that's the one talking about, I see some $9 hummingbird houses. Your bird house is $32. Okay, bro, and what do you mean? Get the freakazoid out of here. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. That's what I said to Miko D. And the whole time they talking about, oh, you have a beautiful garden and you know that. Shut up in my internet cousin voice. Shut up. What you talking about, bro? After the fact. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Yep, tap, and those emojis. Scrolling in the chat. Yes, and my main thing is my herbs. Like, I mean, it's not my main thing. Everything I love, all my plants, but damn, my herbs, I can't do nothing. That was supposed to take me, these harvests take me through the winter until the following season. And now they done just tore all of that up. And be cheering. I hope so, Mr. Bowtie. I hope they are using. I don't know, Mr. Miko D, because how you gonna tell me Lucky it was latex. I'm allergic to latex, bro. What's so luckily about that? And it'll wash off with the rain. Sir, it's going to wash right down into my soil. That's exactly where it's going to go. It's not going to miss that pot by no means. Against the landlord. Yeah, that's who I meant, the landlord, because he was out here. Mm-hmm. Have to let the dog out. All right, Miss Cheryl, thank you for your time. Doesn't have exist anymore and fairly really. Well, I hope not, because I ain't got that type of time to do. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Everybody is speaking. Good morning. Happy Matt. Scrolling in the chat. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Miss Shirley OG Gardner. Thank you for scrolling through. I am in the chat a little bit more this morning because I'm upset, y'all. And I'm just trying to be calm. Matter of fact, I need to pop some of these nuts. Yeah, for real. This is how I calm myself down. I am not endorsed or we are not, but nuts, yeah. They calm me down. So this is what I'm going to be doing. Please excuse me. And this flavor is garlic and herb. I ate all my honey and yeah, I ate all those the other day because my nerves have been really bad. Yeah, so I'm gonna scroll in this chat. 28 watching, 22 thumbs up. If you have not clicked that thumbs up or down to let YouTube know how you feel, please do. It helps support the channel. Thank you kindly. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Write up a bill for all the plants and all the soil. Oh Lord, that's a long list. 3 months of loss. Now I need to do that for sure. I just have been so discombobulated. Miss Shanti G My Life. Thank you for scrolling through. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. This makes me want to barf. Yes, Mike, imagine how I felt when I was out here about to put a tomato in my mouth and it's paint on it. Like, wait a minute, what is this? Don't forget to hit that thank you, Mr. Growing What I Eat. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Ooh, am I that far behind y'all? Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Hopefully I ain't missed nothing and nobody, y'all. Yes, the property. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Mike. Because I don't know what kind of paint that was. Just because you said it was latex. Like, what kind of latex? And then didn't even do a good job. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Smash that like. Thank you, Miss Shirley OG. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Tap, tap, tapping those emojis. Cut off a lot of leaves and throw away a lot of plants and send out. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, Miss Bessie Luce. I've been going through. That's why I am removing all of these squash plants so I can plant some more greens and things and have some more stuff coming up because it's gonna be bare out here when I get done. The only thing I'm gonna leave is probably my okra because it's just getting leaves, and my cucumbers because they are now fruiting. And I got a going with Hudson. Sis, are you in here? Guess what I got? I got a passion fruit. Ooh, I can't even get it right now. Hold on. My first one. Oh. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. I am not a professional with this camera work. I am trying my bestest. Because And I don't know what kind of bean that. you know, I'm here. Mic check 3 4. Uh oh. Dang it. It ain't 9 things, it's 10 on. Let me try to get this in my pocket because I can't afford to drop that. Mmm. And that's crazy because home's gonna go out. Oh, battery. Damn it. Alright, let me see. Mic check 3 4. Mic check 3 4. Yes, it's good to talk. Yes, that's why I'm here because I ain't got nobody else to talk to. Mic check 3 4. Is y'all hearing me? I gotta scroll down to the chat, scroll down to the chat so I can see if anybody is hearing me. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Sorry, y'all, I can't tell if anybody hearing me or not. I see y'all though. Oh, I done missed a lot. What the? Scrolling in the chat. Oh, y'all, I'm missing a lot of stuff. Sorry, y'all. No sound. Oh, am I back yet? Am I back yet? Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Oh my God. I was that far down or up scrolling in the chat. Oh, look at all the no sound. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, sorry. Woo, there go. Hear you now. Thank you so much. My Renaissance grandma. Thank you for scrolling through. We have sound now. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Woo! Look, I was just saying, I ain't got nobody else to talk to. I can't just be complaining to everybody because not everybody understands the situation, especially when you've been growing herbs. All of this is from seed. Bro, you can't buy this at the store. And that's what he was talking about. I can go buy you some more herbs at the store. No, you can't. No, you cannot. Like, what? Wow. Well, I guess you can if you consider the type they do have basic herbs. But what the woosah? That's exactly what I'm doing. I got to calm myself because it's been a whole hour and I've been complaining about this. But this is the most I've had a chance to talk about it since it's happened. I texted a couple of people that was like, "You is not gonna believe what happened." And then I stopped it because don't nobody care. I mean, they probably care, but in the words of Elock Nation, we are all going through something. So I stopped that and I decided to wait to get on my channel and I can do as long as I want to do and say as long as I want to talk about it. So feel free to scroll away if you're tired of me talking about why I eat my food because I'm mad. Yes, I am. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I appreciate you, Glee. If you have not clicked that thumbs up or down to let YouTube know how you feel, please do. It helps support the channel. Thank you kindly. Jackie Cooper, thank you for scrolling through. Turn on. Yes, indeed. You're back. Yes. Drell's Healing Garden Journey. Thank you for scrolling through, Battle Sis. I appreciate your time. Scrolling in the chat. But we definitely feel you. Thank you so much. Chanel loves the garden. I appreciate you scrolling through. Yep, exactly, Mike. And I am, yep. Yes, Tamiko the Oreo especially, because this is where I come every night to get his greens. Like, we eat out here every night. And in the morning when I come and I don't eat breakfast, I eat my leaves and my tomatoes and whatever is popping out here for snacks. I can't do none of that now. And now in my mind, knowing that paint has been all in my soil, it's contaminated. Like, what can I do? Scrape off the top? No, that's not how that works. It leaches, it goes down into. Man, bye. Okay, I need to get something done because I got my junk just sitting out here. It's a gloomy day. So let me see what I can do first. So I think I need to grab. I need to grab another bucket so I can put the squash in because I'm going to remove all the squash and I might even remove. I am going to remove because I did start some more seeds for greens and cabbages. Already started. So all I gotta do is cut these away anyway. And these were good too. I can't remember the name of them, but they are cabbages. Probably Savoy, and one of them was a Nori or Nori, and something's eating that one over there, honey. You better not let me find them because we taking that in today. Well, I'm lying into the compost. I can't even compost this mess. Sorry, that came out rather loud, but mm, mm. Let me see if anybody knew what them beans was, y'all. Anybody know what these beans is? Because I surely don't. And then what's so disturbing about this situation is a lot of these beans, I only had one or two. And I didn't label them because I was like, when it grows, I will harvest my beans and then I'll save some for seeds. But damn, I can't even do that with them. I was finna eat them. Scrolling in the chat. Uh-oh, it jumped. Scrolling. I guess I gotta keep up. Scrolling in the chat. Soul Diva 78. Thank you for scrolling through. Scrolling in the chat. Yeah. Will defend you without payment. I'm a veteran, so I ain't gotta worry about paying no lawyer fees, Tamiko D. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. First rule, don't say or agree. Exactly, Mike. I already know. Broke Farmer, thank you for scrolling through. I truly appreciate your time. So the only thing he got right was sow a seed, receive a seed. So sow a seed, receive a seed is my cash app. And that is for when I'm doing seeds, and I do a lot of seeds. If you should care to help with the shipping and handling, that's what that is for. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. The herbs are not the same, not grown. Exactly, Miss Shirley. He said, I can buy you some more herbs. Bro, no, you can't buy me these herbs because these were started from seed. They came back from last season. Like, what the? I'm just confused about the whole situation. It's how he thought he could just say, mm-mm, and then try to tell me what I can have on my wish list. Bro, it's a wish list for a reason, and it's mine for that reason. I can put what I want on there because I'm wishing for it. You can't tell me to put nothing cheap on there because that's what you want to buy. Get the F out of here. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat, tapping those emojis on the reaction side. Yes, okay, they have to be held responsible. Exactly. Don't touch. I know. I know. I can't help it. I have to touch it, and then I gotta remove the junk. So yeah, I might have to go get some big trash bags to put this stuff in. For that reason, marigolds all jacked up. Mm. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Urban Garden Chronicles, thank you for scrolling through. They didn't even warn you. They did not. They did not. And then I seen them painting with the roller. And like I said, by the time I had left, that's when they whipped out the sprayer. Because how you gonna spray and don't see the junk even spraying down here into the grass? And then my whole doggone sunflowers, everything, and he gonna have the nerve to say, "Can you want me to wipe that off?" Shut the bro. If I was a man, that's why I said the Lord know what He was doing when He made me a woman. Cause, hunty, who would have been seeing fireworks as you, bro? I mean, oh, sunflowers. My greens, my cabbages. We ain't finna enjoy none of this good. Look at the cabbage, and it's just sitting up there looking so pretty. Just waiting on me. Just waiting on me. Now I gotta throw it in the trash. My beans is covered. I was ready to harvest my beans. And that was a new bean for me. Whatever bean that. And look, it's some more over there. I see another one. Hang on, because I'm going to get him too. It don't make no sense to leave them up there. But then again, I could leave it for seeds, huh? No, that ain't what I want to leave it for. Because it's covered with paint. Hold on, let me snatch them off. And they long, too. I ain't never grown no beans this long before. Hopefully I can keep them growing so I can get some seeds out of them. Whatever y'all is. And I know somebody is like, you shouldn't even be that serious. No, sis, whoever said it, I'm sensitive. And it ain't my fault. I'm allergic to this crap. Scrolling in the chat, Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Take pictures. Oh, I got pictures and video, Mr. Bammett. I sure do. Driving and listening. Hey, broke cuz. Yeah, what had happened was some irresponsible maintenance guys next door spray painted, and all of the spray blew into my garden. I cannot eat any leaves. A lot of my soil is contaminated, and yeah, it blew all the way. And yeah, I'm standing up on top of the porch, and this is where they sprayed. And you can see residue. And you know how I am about my strawberries. And yeah, this is pineapple sage. Not to mention, it's all over my green stalk. Like, what? But it'll wash off with water. Man, bye. Similar happened to me in April. Y'all never seen my first garden because they power washed and I threw. Yes, I threw. He said that too, my Renaissance grandma. You will not be power washing my stuff because I don't even use that type of water. Why would you power wash food that you gonna eat? You gonna tear up the leaves first of all. Man, that is just redonkulous. Power washing. And he sure said that. You was not gonna be power washing over here, bro. That ain't what you finna do. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Go inside car. Yes, Mike, I am. I'm once, like I said, I got to get out of this situation first because how the way my mind works, I am not safe over here until I move, and then I can handle that situation. Because I don't want anything to happen as far as me or them, because don't do me, because I fight back. That's what I do. I ain't gonna lay down and be hollering and screaming. That ain't what I do. No. That's not what I do. So don't be looking for that over here. And I ain't been arguing with them about the situation. I sent one text and it said I am pissed off to the highest state of festivity. Yes, I am. And I still continue to be. Jags, J3G, that's fine. Thank you for scrolling through. Resist the urge. Yes. Okay. I got you, Mike. I got you. I got all the pictures and you know I got video, but what they didn't know is I'm a content creator. And even if I wasn't, I have been trained to take pictures and document everything. So, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yep, it's too late for that, but at the same time, I'm under a lot of distress. I missed the first part of what happened to the garden. The maintenance man next door was painting, and all of the paint sprayed onto my garden. It's on everything, and I can't eat anything, and I've been growing my plants for months. In particular, my herbs here. This is my bee balm, and I was just priding myself on keeping the powdery mildew and things off of my plants. That is hard work. Yes, it is. My soil is contaminated because the paint, once it washes down, washes into the soil. And yeah, and they kept saying, wipe it off. This is spearmint. You know, you eat the leaves of spearmint. But you can wipe it off. You wipe it off. Tell your mama to wipe it off. That's how I feel about it. All of my stuff that I've been growing for months and months and months and waiting for my cabbages, my green beans, which are my favorite, mind you. And they tried to wipe down some of the stuff and wiped away. You can't see it, but they wiped off paint. A lot of my gardening stuff is still not right. And rosemary, once again, what can I do with these leaves? What can I do? Nothing. And it's succumbing to what happened over here. Yeah, that's what's going on. I need to grab this too. Look at these beans. Let me see if I can get in over here. Look how snowy white these leaves are. And you would not notice it. Look at my kiwi berry back there. It is drying up in spots where it was hit the worst. So I will be cranking up my hydroponics again, and I will not be turning it off. It will be running 24/7, 360. However, 5, 7, 9, 4. Yeah, that long. Because I can't go through this. The way my mind's set up, I cannot handle that. And oh, that rosemary still smells good on my hands. I am so mad about that. A paint company. Oh yeah, the maintenance dudes that work over here, and tried to blame it on his son. Oh man, bye. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Stop. Yep. Sorry, Mike. I can't help touching stuff. I just can't help it. And yeah. Yes, I am highly allergic to latex. Scrolling in the chat. Traditions. Auntie Ellen, thank you for scrolling through. I'm trying, Mr. Babbitt, but I can't help it. That's why I need to start doing something else. Scrolling in the chat. It is terrible, Tia. I'll be back again, y'all, because I need to get Nightbot together because he in here wilding out. He only got one thing right that I told him to do. The worst thing you can do to a gardener is, and you got that right, Chanel loves to garden. That's exactly why I said the Lord knew he was doing when I was made a woman. Because how I would have showed out, I'd have been locked up under somebody's jail. And I'm knowing it. We are not here. Auntie's World. Thank you for scrolling through Auntie's World, Miss Lynette Lawrence. I appreciate your time. Many feet. Yes, it is. That is negligence. And look how far away. And then how the hell did it get all of my junk? I mean, just everything. Yes, everything got it. And you out here trying to wipe off one or two. Man, get the freak. That's why I said I'm getting away from over here. Because, And once I get from over here, then I will let loose. And you're going to see my true colors. Because what you don't want me to do is show out when I'm hurt initially. Let this stuff marinate. Because that's what I've been doing. Because like I said, I don't run online or to the internet with every little cotton picking thing that happens. Because that ain't what I do. But this, yeah. I said somebody gonna see it and it's gonna be part of my documentation. So this is what I'm doing. And this will be the only time, maybe one more time, because I'll probably post it on my uh, Instagram and my Facebook feed, because like I said, I create content to which they wasn't expecting that. So there's plenty of pictures and video of a lot of my stuff that has been damaged. And when I say stuff, I'm talking everything: plants, pots, anything that was out here. Matter of fact, let's reach up here and look at my corn plant that's very tall and I didn't label it. Can you see it? Wait a minute, if we not focusing right, let me grab a. Can you see it now? But I'm supposed to wipe this off. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to wait for it to rain so it can wash away this stuff off of my herbs back here. That's not even like we way back here, y'all. The paint was sprayed up there, and we up over here. Yeah, that's where we at with spray. Mm-hmm. But anywho, let me get to work. And wow, I did not know it was this late, y'all. So I'm finna get something done. I don't know what, because I got my um stuff out here. So let me set up real quick, because I want to try to get something done, like I said before the sun comes out. It's not gonna get too warm today. It's been in the 60s and the 70s, or in the 70s at night, and when I came out it was in the 60s. It's supposed to get up to 75 today. Okay, I didn't know it could be that high, but here we are. And what I have is my soil. I got some fertilizer, and this has already been mixed with fertilizer. And I'm sorry y'all can't hear me, but my mic went out. And I got my fruit. Matter of fact, let's do the fruit fertilizer first, because I only have a couple of plants that I need to do. And the type of fertilizer that I use is for acid-loving plants. This is what I'm going to fertilize. This is not sponsored or endorsed. This is just what I use on my garden. And I see a lot of struggling blueberries and things. And I checked the pH and it was way off. So what I'm going to do is fertilize them right now. So let me grab my stuff so I can fertilize them. Matter of fact, all I need is, I'm not going to take that whole thing over there. What I'm going to do is take some out and pour it in the cup. And then I'm going to go and fertilize, because it does not take that much. And with fertilizer, even though you see a lot of people grabbing it with their bare hands and things, that ain't what you're going to see me doing, because fertilizer is acid base and chemical base. Let me say chemical base and not acid base. But you're not supposed to handle fertilizer with your hands, and I'm not doing it because that's not what I do. So what I did was I poured some in a cup, and this is a tablespoon of fertilizer, and I'm going to fertilize my berries and things that require acid fertilizer. One of them being my hydrangeas right here. Now, what's going on with them? Uh-oh. Sorry, hang on one quick second. Okay, so what's going on with these hydrangeas right here? I left these two heads on. I didn't deadhead, and I deadheaded the rest of them. I plan on taking this out of the pot because my initial thing was going to be to have the hydrangeas in the middle and have the money wort drape around the outside, to which it worked out pretty well. But I think that I want my hydrangeas to be in a bigger pot by themselves. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna leave this money wart. I don't know if I want to change the money wart into another pot or that, but anywho, I'm here to fertilize the hydrangea, and it's getting new growth from when I pruned off the old um, flower heads, and I usually leave them on for just because I like how they look when they're dying back. And this is my first time with this type of hydrangea. This is a dwarf variety. I want to say it's the high hydrangea. The other hydrangea that I had to leave it in Michigan in my other garden. I wasn't able to bring it because I had to separate my garden. But now I'm going to have some time to find me another spot, a bigger spot, hopefully. And using a tablespoon, it enables me to measure how much fertilizer I'm actually doing. So with a small pot, I would use probably a half a tablespoon. And for a large pot, depending on how it is, I would use 1 to 2 tablespoons. So let's go down here. I'm gonna go around the back so I don't have to be tripping over these plants on this porch. And I've been talking for a while, huh? I need to check the check. So I'm gonna stop right here because this is the first one that I should do, and this is my jelly bean blueberry. All right, scrolling in the chat, y'all. It jumped. I done missed some stuff, y'all. Sorry if I missed you. I apologize. I am very discombobulated this morning, and I'm all over the place. Scrolling in the chat, bed calls. Okay, Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. My PTSD, yes. Auntie Ellen. They just don't know. Woo, they just don't know. You may not have severe. Yes, thank you so much, Soini. And I feel myself draining a little bit. So I'm done with that, and I'm gonna put my gloves on once I get ready to remove those squash plants and things. And missed the beginning, Auntie's world. That's okay. Scrolling in the chat. Don't do stuff that exactly, Mike. I got you. I know it's hard. Yes, it is hard, Chanel. Right, there is, and that was the thing that I was mainly upset about. Like, what can you do? And he kept on saying, what can I do? What can you do, bro? This is from seeds. Like, more was lost than just I guess you don't understand if you're not really growing your own food to eat it. Tapping the emojis. Thank you so much, going what I eat. Scrolling what I got. Your best course. Yes, it is, Mike. Scrolling in the chat. I had a situation and I saw my neighbor spray paint. Oh, goodness. Drill. Yes. And so I know you know how I feel, huh? Because this don't make no sense. Good morning, Kato Family Farm. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Yes, document everything. The Educated Natural, thank you for scrolling through it. Yes, ma'am. You know I know how to document pictures, videos, everything. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Players got some great. Yep, scrolling in the chat. Yes, there are, Mr. Bam. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. And one of his things was, I see you over here, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you see me over here, bro? Yeah, now I know you see me over here, and so do everybody else. So, and this ain't their first time doing something to my garden. It is not, like I said. So, you ain't got to do something to me more than one time. And the first time you suspect. Now, the third time, bro, yeah, I'm out of here. Gotta go to an appointment. Okay, Miss Shirley OG, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. That's a lot of damage. Yes. And paint cannot be wiped off. Say that loud. That's my art. Scrolling in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like. Thank you so much. If you have not clicked that thumbs up or down to let YouTube know how you feel, please do. It helps support the channel. Thank you kindly. That cabbage is beautiful. Thank you so much, Miss Lynette. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. L Triple G, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. You are using for your hydroponics and soil. What's that called again? Okay, this fertilizer that I'm using right now is only for soil. I do have fertilizer that I use for hydroponics and soil. And I'm trying to think of what this is a big pot, so I'm using 2 tablespoons. That was 1 tablespoon. Here's the second one. And this is my jelly bean blueberry. The bloom fertilizer is by Mighty Plants, Plant Food. And it's called Bud something or another. Bud Charge. Yeah. And then the vegging formula that I use for both hydroponics and soil is called Organo Grow, and that is also by Mighty Plants. Now these are trees also, but this is a kind of a newly established bare root, and this is a blackberry. And I just did a little vlog about this because I found this to be strange. But I have rosemary, marigolds, and then on this side over here, these are garlic chives, or they could be onions, but I'm thinking they garlic chives more or less. But anywho, 3 warriors down here. Tell me why something is eating the tops of my plants. How is that possible? And it's surrounded by rosemary, marigolds, and garlic chives. I'm confused. But anyway, I'm not going to fertilize this one yet because during the first year of growth, I don't fertilize my bare root trees. Well, heavily, I don't. And this is my Yasta berry, to which it's been surviving in neutral soil with this comfrey. So I don't feel the need to give it acidic fertilizer. And this is my Duke blueberry, and she is struggling very bad. Yes, she is. And I'm definitely going to fertilize her with this acidic fertilizer. Uh-oh, I almost dropped my junk. Hold on. So let me fertilize her right quick, and I will show y'all what I'm talking about when I spin her around. And with the powder fertilizer, I'm supposed to scratch it in. I haven't done that yet because I'll do it right before I come around and I water. Because that's what I do. It lets me know that I did fertilize and all I need to do is scratch it in when I water. And I'll be doing the rest of my plants like this too because it's time to fertilize. I didn't fertilize like last week because something was going on. I can't recall what. But there's the 2 tablespoons. And how I can tell this one, because this has new growth. And the new growth is coming out looking crazy. Crazy light, which is a nutrient issue. And it lets me know that my pH is off. All the way to the top here. It's like almost... What's growing on here, sis? You're losing your color. But yeah, that's from lack of nutrients. So hopefully once I fertilize it, she'll come back. And I think I got a couple more up top that I can go and fertilize with this acid mix. And I use different fertilizers for different plants. I'm probably going to give my melons some. And wow, I gotta hold on to my phone because this tripod will blow over. And my phone is already not acting right, so yeah, we're not doing that. I'll be hanging on to this. These are my rich sweetness melons. And I'm only doing 1 tablespoon over here. These are melons over here also. I did a lot of melons. I can't remember which one they are. I didn't label these, but I'm thinking these are the Kaho, Kaho melon. I'm thinking. And I'm only doing 1 tablespoon because it's not, the plants aren't that big. And then this is a new melon over here. And this is the Prescott melon. Ford Blanc, I'm thinking that's what it's called. And I'm not gonna give this one a full teaspoon or a full tablespoon because it's just jumping off with growth and it don't have no flowers or nothing yet. Those other ones are flowering, so I gave them 1 to 2 teaspoons. This one is not flowering, so I'm keeping it covered up because when I'm walking through here, I don't want to rip it out by accident. So there's no other purpose for this one to be covered up because it don't have no flowers. Once it starts flowering, then I'll uncover it so the flowers can get pollinated. So I think I got a lot. Oh, my raspberries. There's one all the way in the back over there that I need to get. So let me try and sling something back there real quick. Maybe. Okay, yep. We made it. And these are raspberries right here also. Okay, well, let's get out of this good jungle. Uh-oh. And let me put this back into, because I don't have that type of time to do either. think I'm going to do this kelp next because I gotta water. And I'm gonna need to adjust that plant over there so I can use this water, because I'm gonna get this water out of here first so it's not just sitting here. And I still gotta put my beans in my pumpkin again because I don't see no germination, which is crazy because it's been a week and they usually come up within that week. Let me grab my mixer. Uh-oh. And this is rainwater that has been sitting out here since yesterday. It rained. And I'm gonna mix up enough for 4 gallons. That's about 6 gallons of water over there. And what I'm going to be using is the kelp because I feel that they are a little stressed out from that crazy paint job that wasn't planned. And the type of kelp that I use is the organic sea kelp. And once again, this is not sponsored or endorsed. This is just what I use. And it only takes 1/4 of a teaspoon, which is about that much per gallon. So I will be using 3 of these for 6 gallons because less is more. And I will be stretching that out also because if I run out, I'll just add more water and not more fertilizer. Because as long as I see some color in the water, in my mind, it's still working. So, I got the kelp. About to mix this up. And if this is your first time here watching me do this, I use this because I mix up a lot of hydroponic nutrients and they need to be well incorporated. And to ensure that they are well incorporated, I have a mixing cup because the way that my arthritis be acting up, I can't keep standing up there stirring for 3 to 5 minutes. And this can get the job done in 30 seconds. And I just pour it in and mix like that. And we ready to grow. And this is just to get whatever residue or little bits that be left in there. Uh-oh, red light, I need to charge it. Red light means charge, green light, we got a lot to grow. Mix this up. Uh-oh, don't be racing it now. When you got that type of camera, girl. And did I bring my cup? I did bring it. And instead of 5 minutes later, here we are 1 minute later with some well mixed fertilizer. Grab my wand. I seem to have broken something, and I don't know what that could be. But uh-oh. Okay, I'll be right in the chat in 1 second. My hands are wet. Let me put my tubing together. Uh-oh. And then I'll get to uh, watering and fertilizing these plants. To which I almost stopped doing that because I was so upset. But at the same time, I was like, you better not stop, and this is the only way you gonna eat, so we got to keep growing. And regardless to the fact everything is all messed up, I got seeds and I can start. Uh-oh. I got some seeds and I can start some more stuff. My experimental table is all covered. Look at my banana plant. Like, look at the leaves. Plants breathe and everything through their leaves. It's just, don't worry about it. I'm going to get it all out today, and y'all ain't going to hear about it not no more. Let me scroll in the chat because it's been a while. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. I seen that. A paint cleanup spray. Oh yeah, scrolling in the chat. Seeds might not cost much, but soil. You got that right, Miss Chanel, because I only use a certain soil. I don't go for the cheap soil because I don't do cheap. That just ain't me. I mean, you're going to have to amend that soil. And by the time you buy some cheap soil and all the amendments, you might as well have just bought what you was going to buy because it's going to cost you the same amount of money. I'm just saying. Scrolling in the chat. I was wearing a microphone. That's why the sound went out. Hopefully you're hearing me again. Scrolling in the chat. Tap, and the emojis. Thank you so much, Growing What I Eat. Let's tap those emojis. It lets the other people know that something is going on over here. Scrolling in the chat. And I will be back again this afternoon or this evening with Nightbot because I got to get him together, y'all. He out here just out of control. Scrolling in the chat. If anybody knows how to set Nightbot up, please holler at your girl because I need some help. Some help. Apparently. Oh, let me get this started too because it ain't going yet. Scrolling in the chat. Come on now. Everybody is speaking. Okay, there we go. Everybody is speaking. And I might as well start right here since I'm right here with my plum tree. And these are hostas right here. And this is my plum tree. And it is getting new growth. But I'm about to chop this back once it starts getting cold out here because I don't want it to go any taller than this trellis that I have right here. And this is it used to be a 3-in-1 plum tree, but the weather kept tricking it, so I'm thinking it could be either a 2-in-1 plum now or maybe just a plum tree because yeah, it's missing a lot of limbs. And it's going to be missing even more once I get through pruning it for this coming season coming up. Because it is lignified now. When I got it, it was a little whip. Once again, I buy my trees bare root already with no soil and things, and they tend to be a lot smaller than plants that are in pots, sold in pots, because plants that are sold in pots are usually in 3 to 5 gallon pots, or smaller, maybe even 1 to 5 gallon pots. This I forget, but I started it from seed indoors. Yellow dock, that's what that is, because I just wanted the roots for that. And this is my corn, along with a I foraged some type of bush, and I can't remember what it, oh, a service berry, while I was out there. And I need to put some more mulch on top of here. But I can't wait to see what kind of corn this is, because it's huge. I had no idea. I usually grow baby corn. I'm going to have to check my journal. That's what I'm thinking. I can't think. Check my journal in there to see what type of corn that actually is. So I'm finna put this plant back up here so I can have some space, because I need all the space I can get until I get around this corner. And my apologies, but my mic has gone out, so it might be kind of hard for y'all to hear what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it sometimes, because I'm used to having my mic on. And this probably I'm trying to wait till I get back over there. But these seeds probably did not take. I'm going to put some more in here, and I'm going to keep on putting some seeds in here, because that's how I feel. Till it come up, we going to keep dropping seeds in here. So I'm thinking that these, that's too low. Sorry. I'm thinking these seeds did not come up because it's up under this high power area where the water comes down and plunges into the pot. So I'm thinking that these seeds is having a hard time coming out of here, and I'm gonna have to bring my lazy self, and when it starts to rain, I'm gonna have to move this pot off of the top of this other container so that the water can go directly into the container. What I'm doing is putting down some mycophrase, and mycophrase is mycorrhizae and insectiphrase. It's a mixture that I mix for when I started seeds and things. I used to use a whole nother concoction to where I don't use it anymore. And I'm grabbing my seeds now because they are still in my pocket from last week. Matter of fact, I still got these shawroot radishes, and I don't think I'm going to put them in there this time. But I am going to put some black eyed peas in here again. And no matter how many come out here, I'm going to have to deal with them. So we're going to drop 4 in here. Black eyed peas. And probably, yeah, I don't need no more herbs in there because it's already. And I'm going to use these last couple of pumpkin seeds because, yeah, I'm going to get some more. I already done said it. I was trying to wait to see, but I don't got time to wait. this is my last time to try and get some pumpkins, and hopefully I'm getting in here just in the nick of time. But this is the last pumpkin seeds, and we're gonna put them on the top there. Now what did I just put the junk that I just had in my hand? Okay, well that's insane. Oh, there it is. And my micro fast is just a little seed encouragement. Uh-oh, come on now. Ooh, that one went down in there deep. Making sure they have contact, and we're gonna water them suckers in. And hopefully they germinate soon, because I ain't got no another week. Next week is gonna be August, and it's gonna be too late for pumpkins and everything else. So we need to get these things started now. Or should I say germinated last week. That's when y'all should have germinated. Okay, let me come over here to my experimentation table while I do this area. And wow, I've been complaining a long time, so I ain't gonna be much longer with your time. I'm gonna do this little area, and I'm gonna check the chat again. And let me show y'all this too while I'm standing right here, because this is crazy. So what happened was, a lot of my ground cherries have come back. I'm trying to find some place to set my wand from over the winter, because of situations like this where I collect them and forget to go back and get them. But anywho, I cut them back, and I was removing them, and I said, let me save this one for an example. But I'm going to pull this, but they will come back. Yes, they will. If you don't take it all the way out, because usually I will leave the roots in there. But with these, I got to take out everything, including the stump, to which the stump is another thing that I've learned to leave, especially with these are my hibiscus, and I've been cross-pollinating them and whoopty-whopping and trying to get them. But anywho, here we are, and yay. But what I learned about them is I can't cut them all the way back to the pot. I need to leave somewhat of a stump for them to come back, because if I don't leave a stump for my hibiscus to come back on, they don't come back. Yeah, I just learned that, because I've been growing them for a couple of seasons now, and I've been trying to figure them out, and I have figured that out. Because what I usually did, or have been doing, I'm trying to get my tripod together, excuse me, but that ain't the button. This is. So what I've been doing is, see the stumps, I've been cutting them that far back when I should have only been cutting them this far back. So to the top of the pot and not into the pot, and they will come back. Because that's how these came back, along with a couple of good seeds. So yeah, don't cut the stumps out unless you don't want it back. So I'm taking that out because I don't want it back. I just wanted to make an example, or show an example on one of my vlogs as to yeah, how I discovered that. But I'm gonna be removing that. And let me scroll in this chat one more good time, because time keeps on the ticking. Scrolling in the chat. Scrolling in the chat. Because I did not mean to be here. This is the longest, or one of the longest. But I just had to get that off of my chest, y'all. I had to get it off of my chest. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Oh, I don't know what that says. It went by too fast. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. This Nightbot to your wish list doesn't seem. I know. I'm gonna work on that, Miss Bessie Luce. I'm gonna be coming back in this afternoon, and I'm gonna be messing with Nightbot. I'm gonna be live, so that's why I said that, because I noticed that when I was working on Nightbot the last time, it said in order for me to check, I needed to be live. So that's what I'm gonna be doing when I go live today. Again, is checking and fixing Nightbot because he is messed up. Scrolling in the chat, bites. Unique Scarring, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Miss Ann's Garden, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Scrolling in the chat. Okay. We are all right. It says one. Yep. Let me spin on around here because I'm done. I have exceeded my time. Well, I haven't exceeded my time, but I usually give myself a good hour to do things, and I really ain't got nothing done because I'm still discombobulated about my situation. But I'm getting over it. In the words of Eloc Nation, we are all going through something. Yes, indeed. Let me scroll in this chat one more good time. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Father Skies Homesteading, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Oh yeah, we gonna get him together this afternoon, y'all. I've been trying to work on him, and once again, if anybody is savvy with Nightbot and can help me out, I'd appreciate it. Sow a seed, receive a seed. Thank you so much, Growing What I Eat. Yes, indeed. Typing Conrad, yes, we're going to try it, but we're going to try it this afternoon. Kato family, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. It just goes to show that gardening, it is definitely therapy. And I'm taking my therapy and my food seriously. Yes, I do. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Great live. Thank you so much. Thank you, Growing What I Eat. Take care. Life with Tasharia. Thank you so much for scrolling through. I appreciate your morning motivations. Yes, I do. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Have a blessed day. Yes, we are done, y'all. So I don't keep on complaining and yeah, all that other good stuff, because I'm sick of it in my Gina voice. Yes, I am. I'm just sick of it. Anywho, Team Replay, if you have made it this far in my vlog, I truly appreciate your time. I am hooked. Yikes. There we go. I truly appreciate y'all time scrolling through. Peace and love, my gardening comrades. Heal thyself. It can be done. I'm out. Have a productive day on purpose, y'all. I appreciate y'all listening to me ramble on about my catastrophes.